So I always wanted to find out how much a pair of Beats actually costs to make versus how much it actually costs, because I know it costs like $300, $400, even $500 if it's like super exclusive, right? It costs a lot of money. But while I was doing all my research to find out what Beats actually cost to make, I found out a bunch of other companies that sell their products for a really high price, but it really doesn't cost them that much to make. So for example, today we're going to be talking about Beats, Apple, Gucci, Nike, and even Lamborghinis. Like, how much does it actually cost to make? And before we even get into the video, I want you guys to comment down below which product that I just mentioned just now, which brand do you think makes the product that costs almost around the same price as they actually sell it for. So for example, do you think Nike sells a pair of sneakers for $100 and it costs them like 90 bucks to make, or like maybe $1 to make? Like, which product do you think costs the less to make and they sell for the most, and which product do you guys think it costs the most to make and then sell for like a pretty hefty profit? You know what I mean? So comment down below before we even start the video, and I want to see if you guys actually guessed it right. So let's get right into the video. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is Beats by Dre. And if you don't know what Beats by Dre is, it's like these headphones, big headphones that they feel really heavy on you. And a short story on Beats, I remember being like 15, 16, seeing all my friends with these Beats on the ear, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need that. And then I finally got a pair for like 200 bucks, and then I paid like 90 bucks because the guy that I bought it from, he paid $300 for it, but I got it for a better deal because I'm always looking for the deals, bro. But I got it, right? And when I put them on, I was like, wow, this feels incredible. It feels heavy, it fits my ear correctly, and the sound quality is just amazing, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, I love it, right? But you gotta understand something. I was going from like earbuds, like the ones with the wires, and it wasn't even Apple, and I was going from that to like Beats by Dre. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is like the best quality ever. I even traded some of my like PS3 games to actually get my own Beats Solo, like because I sold the other ones actually. So I got my own pair, the solo ones, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. And guys, honestly, I did not predict this. So the average pair of Beats costs between $200 to $400, even $500, right? And on average, it costs them 8.5% of the retail price. So that means on a pair of $200 Beats, let's do the math because you guys know I love the math, right? But in actuality, it's costing them $17 to make. And the pair of Beats that costs $400, it costs them $33.92 to make, because it goes from like 8.5 to 10%. So I just wanted to like give them a fair chance, but it doesn't really cost anything. And then I did more research on it, and I was like, okay, so why do they sell it so expensive, and why can they sell it so expensive, right? When we all know what the actual cost price is. And it's because they use a whole bunch of metal products that other headphones don't use. So it gives this illusion of premium quality, because the average pair of Beats, like they weigh like 100 grams. So they feel like pretty heavy and they feel like really good quality. But it doesn't really mean that it's better. And look at this, right? I have this pair of headphones, right? Because they're like the Boss headphones 350s. These are the version 2s. They cost like $350, and they feel pretty good around the ear. It has like crazy sound quality, but it's very good. And I like these way better than I like the Beats. And I love these. And I don't know how much these cost. So I might be a victim of the same thing going on with Boss. So I don't know. I might be a hypocrite. Now, the second product I want to talk about is Nike. Now, Nike has been a global, and by the way, people like Beats because of the logo, right? Everybody knows that it's a brand thing more than like it's a like, oh my gosh, it feels heavy. No. People like it because other people like it, and then because the celebrities were doing a whole bunch of things with music videos, a whole bunch of promotions out there, a whole bunch of campaigns. That's why Apple paid Dr. Dre $1 billion. Was it $1 billion? Was it? No, it was like 970 million or like 700 million to actually buy the company from him. So think about that. It's all brand. It's nothing else. Now, the second product is Nike, right? I love Nike. I'm wearing Nikes right now. I can't put my foot all the way up here because I'm wearing like skinny jeans. So let's just skip that. But the average pair of Nike costs like $100, right? And I didn't want to go like, oh my gosh, like the $400 Nike, because we all know that the retail price for Nikes is like $250 max, and anything that's above that is just because it's exclusive and people actually sell it for more money just because of exclusivity. But the average pair costs like $100. I did my research, and it actually costs Nike like $28.50 to actually make the product. That includes labor and everything that goes into making this product. But I do want to say something, guys. I put links in the description down below to all these articles that I actually did my research on, so you can actually read those articles and actually have some foundation to what I'm actually talking about. By the way, subscribe to the channel while you're doing all this, bro. Like subscribe. So actually costs them like $28. But before I even say that, I do want to say this, right? Nike's profit margin is around 10 to 15%. So also take that into account, because you got freight and you have all these things, and then you have retailers. But if they're doing like a direct sale, like they're making like 50%, they're making like $50 and it costs them like $28, so they're making like 100% of their money back. So always take that into concern too. They only make 9% when they're selling to another retailer, and that's how that works. So don't fall for these tricks with these companies telling you, it costs us so much money to actually get it to America and then the manufacturing. No, it's not true. Do your research. Now the third company is Apple, and I have a whole bunch of Apple products. I have a MacBook, my girlfriend has a MacBook, I have an iPhone, my girlfriend has an iPhone, I have AirPods, I have all these Apple products. And before I even got my PC, I was gonna get like an iMac, and it cost like $14,000, and I was like, oh my gosh, how the hell am I gonna get that iMac? It costs so much money. It could be like like a down payment on a house on Texas, you know what I mean? So I didn't get it. I got a PC, I'm pretty happy with it. So, but the iPhone is the product that I do want to talk about. This is an iPhone X, right? 256 gigs. And I was surprised to find out that this product, right, it goes for an average $1,000, but they just put down the price to $899, right? So it's $900. And I was surprised to find out that this actually costs Apple $395 to make. So that's almost a $500 markup that they're making from these products. And like I always say, and by the way, the iPhone X Max, if you're wondering about that goes for around $1,349. That costs them $453. Only like an extra $53 to make, right? Yeah, what is it? Yeah, only like an extra like $53, $58 to actually make rather than this phone. Guys, technology is an incredible thing. I feel as if, like, I get it, like Apple like spends a lot of money on research and development and all these things, but the markup on these products are like super high. And it's all because the brand and this luxury effect that people get every time they hold an iPhone. If I'm walking with an iPhone, I feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so luxurious. If I'm walking around with this like LG or something like that, I feel like, oh my gosh, But in reality, they all do the exact same job. So it's not really important which one you have. It's this mindset that society has depicted, that it's all about like logos and all about like quality and all these things that really don't exist. It's all about use and usability. And in reality, iPhone is not the best phone out there, but I really like it and I'm sticking with it. So I'm still buying an iPhone, but I'm just telling you what it actually costs to make. Now, the fifth product is brands like Gucci, Prada, Louis Vuitton, and all these places, right? But I wanted to talk about another product that's not just things that we buy, but things that the females buy, So I want to talk about handbags, because I've seen a lot of females out there that buy $1,000 handbags, $500 for a handbag, and it's just insane to me. I never understood it, and I was like, when they explain this to me, it kind of makes sense. They tell me, Tommy, you don't get it, okay? You don't get it. Like, this handbag, like, it has leather on it. It has crocodile skin. It has crocodile fingers. It has crocodile nails. Like, this is high quality premium stuff, like, straight out of suburbia, bro. And I'm like, okay, I get it. So let's do some research. So I did my research, and for a bag that costs $970, this is how much it actually costs to make, right? So we got the materials that cost $33.41. We got the labor that costs another $30.71. We got the transit to actually get it from like China to here, wherever they're making it, in Paris or whatever it is, because they put all these like fancy logos on it, and then you just think like, oh my gosh, this is premium stuff. You don't get it. It's not coming from China. It's the same thing, bro. The transit costs $11.74, and the duties like taxes and all those things and tariffs, that costs $4.98, right? So the total cost of a $970 handbag is around $80.84. So you're getting, oh my gosh. So they sell the product for around 12 times more than it actually costs to make. And that's all based on this logo that it has. So you're getting pretty much scammed. And then there are a whole bunch of other handbags out there, a whole bunch of retailers and stuff like that they actually sell it for a modest markup, which is like $200, 84 to 200. That's double, but that's not that bad, because you have to include like, oh my gosh, like workers and all these other things. So that's actually fair, but 12 times the money. And for all the guys out there that I personally know that have a Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada wallet in your pocket that costs $1,000, I guarantee you that most of you don't even have $10 in your bank account. So I'm just saying, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but it's way too much money. 12 times, it's way too much money. Now, the fifth and final one is Lamborghini. And I've always thought about this, right? Because I was like, yo, this car, it's a supercar. It's like technology. It's raw mechanics. and even the parts cost a lot of money to replace, you know? So it's very different from buying like an iPhone, which is just logo, right? Lamborghini is a high-end car, luxury vehicle. So I did my research and I was like, okay, so the cost price of a Lamborghini is around $350,000. And I'm talking about the Aventador. I don't know anything about cars, so if I pronounce that wrong, I'm sorry. And the retail price for an Aventador is around $393,000. So the most expensive product out there, which is the Lamborghini, which is $350,000, they only make like around $40,000 to $43,000 when they actually sell it, and you have to include like, oh my gosh, they have to pay the retailer, they have to pay the guy that's actually selling it, and all these costs and commissions. So, to your surprise, right? The cheapest one that they actually mark up the most is like probably the handbags. It's 12 times what they actually make, right? And then the most expensive one that they actually make the least money is the Lamborghini. I think it's the Beats that make the most money, right? I don't know. Correct me down in the comments down below. Guys, my name is TommyBryson. If you don't know me, now you know me. Comment, like, do all that fancy stuff. And make sure you leave a comment down below, because every comment gets the video 1,000 views. If you don't believe me, go ahead and comment and you'll see the proof. It's in the pudding. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
You've got to start at the bottom if you're ever gonna reach the top. You've gotta watch all the seeds you sow. Don't let them go to pot.
I hope this was recorded because I really like that video.